I met a gypsy.
How was the Prado experience for you, having him come over and race with the team? It was pretty epic.
Yeah, I mean, another dream come true. I mean, when there was an opportunity, I'm like, I'd love to do more with the guy. He's an amazing man. He's really fit in with our team well, and good family, and just a fun guy to go have dinner with. And like, he just texted me this morning. He said, "You're coming to my home race, man. I'm taking you to go. I'm going to give you the best lobster on the planet." I'm like, "Wow, cool. Okay, I'll be there."
Yeah, he's an incredibly nice person.
Yeah,
just
really
a very, very genuinely nice person.
Yep. Whole family is too, and it's just good for our sport.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and I mean, he did really good.
Yeah,
I mean, he won a heat race. It was a mud race, but like, bro, that's unheard of.
And his attitude just amazing. Going, I'll be better. Coming in telling, it's like, I love when riders are telling. That Barcia's like that too. I'll be faster. You don't have to. One of the people you don't have to push.
Yeah.
There's somebody who's like, come on, get your shit together, man. Like, you don't have to tell those two to get their shit together.
Yeah. Did you ever imagine the race scene would be as successful as what it was? Because it really started with Supermoto and X Games. Really?
Yeah. I started Supermoto playing around with Scott Russell and Jeff Ward and Jeremy, and they were starting that new series, and Red Bull was sponsoring it, and said, let's, we were having so much fun riding Supermoto. I'm like, wow, I want to race too. So we started there. And then 2008, the economy got really bad, and Honda didn't want to give us any bikes for Supermoto. And then we kind of branched into a West Coast 250, and I had toolboxes and trailers and a dyno, and I'm like, well, let's try to do West Coast. And I'm still trying to make it successful. I think we're doing a pretty good job. I mean, I love it. It's my, it's a dream come true to have a race team, especially from a motorcycle and clothing company. I think we're the only ones that have our own team, and having Roger DeCoster and give us the opportunity on. Well, Ray Blank gave me the opportunity on Honda, and then after that, Roger gave me the opportunity on KTM, and then after that, they came and said, "We bought Gas. Would you be interested?" And I said, "If you help me with a 450 rider, I'm interested." And so yeah, it's cool. I mean, it's definitely, that's what I love about it, is when I love doing the toolboxes, the bike stands, the trailer, the gear, the helmets, and working with all the sponsors. And I'm trying to do that right now with Chip Ganassi. He's a good friend of mine. I'm like, let's see how we can pull something together, man. I'm helping your IndyCar guys, and you love motorcycles, and let's see if we can somehow join this thing together,
Oh, really? That'd be super cool.
Yeah, that's a dream, and I'm trying to pull off here.
Yeah. There is a lot of crossover in terms of interest.
For sure.
With people that watch Supercross. I think that was one thing. I mean, when I started this podcast, I had no idea what it was going to turn into, but I had no idea the type of people that would reach out to me because of listening to this podcast, that were from IndyCar, NASCAR, Formula One, MotoGP, downhill, like just everyone came out of the woodworks. Yeah. It's like, I fucking love Supercross. Like, thanks for doing this. Like, it's so cool to like hear these guys. And I've been in the sport my entire life, and I had no idea the outside interest, like the people that would watch our sport and think these guys are incredible.
Yeah. It's. I mean, when you put Supercross on, it's intense. You can't. It's hard to walk away from it, because you're just going, dude, these guys are doing crazy things for 20 laps. Are they going to make that triple? Are they going to stay in that rut?
Yeah.
It's exciting. I mean, I know all the IndyCar guys always when I go to the pits to the IndyCar races, man, they're all in watching, Supercross, and they want to know the results and what's going on. And matter of fact, last weekend, we just, Chip let us build all of our bikes in his shop at the IndyCar shop.
Wow.
After Saturday night, we got to pull into his, Chip Ganassi's race shop and build all. So it was really cool to see. I love when you see our mechanics, they get excited, and their mechanics, and they all start talking together. And we got some pictures of all Chip's Indy cars on the wall, and our bikes in front of it. It's like pretty cool. That's what I really love putting together, is pulling two things that you wouldn't think would come together and trying to make it happen.
Yeah. And I think you've done that forever throughout your career, like to go, you obviously, like, you start with the helmet painting, but then, like I said, I was actually explaining to my wife last night, like, just how iconic you are in the sport and like what you did. And like I said to her, when the D2 came out, it made every other helmet look 10 years old. Like the day that it came out, you know, and it's like to go from just painting helmets to making helmets. And then you made this thing, like, honestly, that was art, that helmet. Like it was so beautiful. Like I could look at one of those helmets from 2001, 2000, and it still looks good today.
Thanks.
You know what I mean? So it's like you've always been like the mountain bike thing, the BMX thing. Like you've always looked for these lanes, other lanes to like have your influence in.
I think I try to look at, you know, it almost helps me when I go work with, you know, IndyCar, NASCAR, and motocross, and mountain bike, and all these different sports, and MotoGP, and then because each one of these segments you get to pull a little bit from, you know, you're going, oh, we're wind tunnel testing. I'm like, ooh. So I'm working right now on the new SE6, you know, and the new D5, you know, so it's like I'm taking some things from the wind tunnel testing going, I'm going to pull this in. And the main thing is I just try to make everything I do look faster. I mean, if you can I just was working on the inside of a new liner for one of our new helmets right now. And I'm like, the liner's not fast enough. Just speed it up. You know, let's stretch this, stretch this. And they're like, okay, we'll take it back to the drawing board. You know, so if you make things look fast, then people put it on their heads.
We're excited to announce the launch of our new membership site, gypsytales.com, packed with exclusive content and perks that you won't find anywhere else. This is your chance to become a part of the Gypsy Gang. And as a special bonus, if you sign up to an annual membership, you'll be entered into the draw to win our custom-built TC125. Gypsy Gang.